Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Let's Be Real Sportscast. I'm your host, Joe Mambu.
This your boy Big Sherm, episode 100.
Yes,
I wish it was.
sir.
I wish it was in a better space, but hey, nonetheless, we're here. We're grinding for y'all. And
Right?
go ahead, my man.
Aren't we supposed to be getting a new studio soon?
Yes, we are. Yes, we
I
are.
can't. I can't wait for that.
As
But
soon as
yeah,
soon as soon as this round is over.
well, y'all about to open back up tomorrow, right? You guys are opening back up tomorrow, like New York, because I'm not in New York.
That's what I hear.
Okay, so that's good. All right, guys. So this episode is 100. Okay, that's a milestone. That is fantastic. And this episode is called "Oh Breeze." And "Oh Breeze," like
Oh my
you know
God!
what? I'm highly disappointed in Drew Brees.
Why? Why are you disappointed?
Listen, it just his. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, for obviously, but why are you disappointed? I want to hear this.
I just expected better from him. Because I'm a huge fan of the player Drew Brees.
Hmm.
His stance on the flag, I'm totally against that. Like it did not make any sense to me.
Because it wasn't about what it was really what was really it's about the Colin Kaepernick's message was about police brutality and what was going on at the time. Now
Yeah.
he said this. Now he said this before in 16 about it,
Yeah, he
and
did.
even then people were like, "Dude, that's not what this is about." And then
Yeah, he don't get it.
again in 2020 he goes off and he says the same exact thing like, dude, and this is why Richard Sherman came out and said, dude, you're missing the entire point altogether. That's not what this is about.
It's
His
not.
own, his own teammates were ethering him. His new teammate, Emmanuel Sanders, ethered him.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas ethered him. Michael Jenkins got on the social media and ethered him
Yeah.
because you're missing the mark. Now, I really believe Drew was be trying to be like, oh, hey guys, don't. This is not what Drew. Have you not seen the video of what's going on? Have you not seen the protests that have been going on for weeks now? For
No,
weeks.
he can't identify with it, you know? Um I think the thing with Drew Brees and a lot of players in his position is that they're not in the trenches, so they don't understand. I know in 2020, you really can't be ignorant to what's going on. I know people still are. I'm not condemning people for them being ignorant, but you should really try to do your due diligence and understand what's going on in the world, right?
Of
But
course.
in the reality, it won't affect Breeze. It won't affect his kids, his family, right?
And, and you gotta look at it this way. They came back when he came back with an apology. A lot
He
of
did.
people, a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't be like, "All right, whatever, man." Like it's like, and like for him playing on the Saints this year, it's like going to work. It's like, all right, we're gonna work, like we're gonna work together, but there
Yeah.
ain't gonna be no high fives and all this great speeches and everything like that. It's like, yeah, listen, we clock in, we do a job, and
Yeah.
when we're done, we out. No talking, no nothing, we done.
It's yeah, it's gonna be like that. I mean, honestly, after that statement that Drew Brees said, and the apology, I get it. He had to, kind of save face.
Backtrack.
So I understand. Yeah, he had to backtrack. But man, I wouldn't even play football this season. Like, I get it. You're still good, but bruh, it's gonna be real tough for you in that locker room. And a lot of cats are not gonna look at you as a leader because how can you be the leader and not empathize with your teammates or understand where they're coming from? You see, the problem with Drew Brees and a lot of other people who aren't white allies is that they can't empathize nor sympathize with us, right? They can't understand because they only look at things for their from their lens, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't affect them. So I mean, it was like what Masai Ujiri said, and I love when he said it, right? He's like, "Yo, something happens, another black person get killed, we're up in arms. After a while, tension eases up, life goes back to normal until it happens again, right?"
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So
It's true. Unfortunately, it's true.
yeah. So my thing is like if Masai Ujiri can understand that, and he's black, right? Drew Brees doesn't have any inclination or not any inclination of caring about what we're really going through. Like, yes, he can see what's happening, right? Because he has eyes,
Mm-hmm.
right? He can have conversations, but at the end of the day, it doesn't.
Feel like garbage.
Yeah, like the uniform didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, yeah, we're gonna try to make the world a better place, but Drew Brees has to understand that not only people that look like him live in this world. So the flag doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. For some people, the flag is a symbol of injustice to black people, and it is right because
Exactly.
our government shows time and time again, especially with this jackass in office, that he doesn't give a fuck. Right? He'll play it up in his favor, but he really doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself. And I get it for Drew Brees, different lifestyle from Jenkins and all the other people. Breeze doesn't understand, and I don't think he cares enough to understand, right? Because that conversation for him is uncomfortable, and he just want to continue to do what he does and what he knows, right? And
Mm-hmm.
being about God and country in his lens.
Right.
And the problem is like, yo, you have to if you're in the trenches with these guys, right? Who majority are black, you have to
Yo,
have
about
conversations with them about this stuff.
words.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
you don't have to per se, but you would think it would have came up. You
I
think it
I I
would
think I
have
think we're
come
to
up
the
at some point.
I think we're to the point where you need to have conversations about this. Like if they're your coworkers, you have to build this continuity, you have to build this camaraderie. You should talk to them about the things that trouble them, right? Because they're
Mm-hmm.
just not football players.
They
Like they're
people
just
first.
yeah, they're just not athletes, right? So you have to have these conversations. If you're the leader of the team, which the QB is, and I think Breeze just took a big misstep. And I think he was in his feelings and his ego and his pride because, and that's the thing. It's like, so you got people like Drew Brees who is like, well, kneeling for the flag is disrespectful. And then you got a man named Nate Boyer, who's a ex Green Beret who actually told Kaepernick to kneel, right?
It was a way for it, like he wanted to represent something,
Yeah,
how he wanted to protest. Because
yeah.
before he was sitting on the bench.
Yeah, he was sitting on the bench and he was a little disheartened. Nate Boyer, who's the ex Green Beret, was a little disheartened because he felt like Cat was being disrespected. And then he had a conversation with Cat, right? Because you should have conversation with people to better understand and empathize with them, and say, hey, Cap, how about you do it like this? So if Nate Boyer, who served in the military, is telling Cap to protest this way and Cap goes about this, I don't understand why all other white motherfuckers can't get it, right? Like, all right, Breeze, your grandfather served in the military. You did not. So I need you to shut all the way the fuck up, right? Because the way Cap is protesting, Nate Boyer, who was a military personnel, told him to, hey, how about doing it this way? So I don't understand why I don't even understand why people are up in arms about Cap kneeling in the first place because it had nothing to do with disrespecting the flag.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Had nothing to do with it, and it was just it's ridiculous to me, and I'm just tired of the narrative of that Cap was disrespecting the flag. No, he was protesting police brutality, which is a serious issue in this
It's
country.
it's
Serious issue.
and that's why where we are today. And that's
Yeah,
why what you said about Masai Jerry, this is not going away.
yeah.
This time in this day and age, this is not going away. The
Yeah.
convictions were cool. They got the convictions for the police officers.
You
They're
mean the
still
arrest?
arrest. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
arrest.
Let's get them convictions though. That's what I'm talking about.
Right, but that's what it's about.
Hmm.
And these marches will not stop. It's not going to stop.
Yeah.
And it's not only going on here; it's going on all around the world now.
50 states, 18 countries.
all around the world. We're sick of it.
Yeah.
We're just sick of it.
That's enough, man. And listen, I hope like Drew Brees, he issued an apology. And I hope like I get it. When you fuck up, you want to immediately correct the mistake. The only thing I'm not gonna bash Drew Brees over his head because there's plenty of people that's gonna do that for the entire season, right?
Mhm.
Physically and mentally. Like those linebackers, those defensive ends, those defensive tackles, you may get a corner blitz that's gonna light his ass up, right?
But again, the quarterbacks are protected solely. But like to your point, they probably ain't gonna give a damn.
Yeah.
They probably not
All
gonna give a damn at the
all
end
I'm
of the day.
all I'm saying is I'm not gonna join the rest with beating up Drew Brees. Like, listen, all I hope is that the apology is sincere, right? That's all I hope. Like, I don't know, and I'm not going to go into depth about if it's sincere or not by reading the paragraphs because there are a couple paragraphs with the apology. But I just hope that he is sincere because I don't. Before this, there was no track record of me thinking Drew Brees was a bad guy. So if people make missteps in life, right? Hopefully, the apology is sincere. And listen, I
And
feel people are gonna beat his ass up, man.
when
People
he
are
get
gonna
on that
beat
field,
when he get on that field. People are gonna beat his ass up. And listen,
but
I listen. He gonna have to take them licks, man. That's it, really.
no, no, wholeheartedly. And it's like how. And this what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Richard Sherman had to really school this guy on social media.
yeah,
Really had to like, really school him and talk down, not talk down, but like really intelligent. Tell him like, dude, you're missing the mark completely on this.
yeah. But that's a crazy thing. It's like so many people are missing the mark on what the kneeling was about. Like, I don't even understand. If somebody tells you, yo, this is what it's about. This is the reason why I'm doing it. And then you still want to go on for the reason why you find it disrespectful. It's like, no, we're not a hive mind where the flag means the same thing to every single person in the United States.
All right.
For places overseas, the flag seems to be a joke, especially because the person who's in the White House right now, right?
Uh,
It's like so we gotta have people have to better understand, try to have better understanding of other people's viewpoints and the reason why they're doing something and actually hear them or I mean listen, whatever. But they this lens that people look through of their privilege is like, yo, come on, man. That's not I can easily see why Cap is kneeling. Listen, if there's no police brutality, you know what Kaepernick wouldn't fucking be doing? He wouldn't be fucking kneeling. Right?
and
Like, let's talk about that. If
he was
motherfuckers,
he would still have a job today.
yeah, if motherfuckers wasn't killing black people for no fucking reason, Kaepernick wouldn't be kneeling. So how about you do your fucking job, right? Because there's something called cause and effect. You don't kill black people, you know what? You probably would have won the fucking Super Bowl because Cap was your quarterback, not fucking porn star Jimmy G, right? He still would have a fucking job and he wouldn't be kneeling because you know what? Then there would be no injustice going on. So it would be no reason for Cap to kneel. But people don't think about that, right? They just want you to protest their way. And listen, that's ridiculous to me. Go ahead. Anything else?
I got nothing else, man.
Okay.
I got nothing else, bro.
So let's talk about now we're gonna talk about James Dolan. And
Hey,
listen, I know. Ain't nobody really want to hear about James Dolan. But the problem is that a lot of the NBA teams are giving non-committal statements over the George Floyd thing, right?
mm-hmm.
The players are doing immense jobs leading protests, being part of protests, showing their face, showing their support, right? LeBron James, yet again, is at the forefront of that, right?
Jalen Brown,
Jalen Brown, you know,
Giannis,
yeah, Giannis, right? Even Westbrook, he had something in California.
mm-hmm.
I
Trey
think,
Young.
yeah, today, right? The NBA does a really good job of trying to be progressive, and I applaud Adam Silver for that, right? Because he's kind of the lead when it comes to mending the
It's not that
governors and the players.
it's not even the lead. He has a rapport with the Players Association.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously you have,
So it
yeah,
helps. It
yeah.
helps a lot. Like it helps. Like he can hear me. Like he can hear me.
He
Like
can
he
hear
can hear
you.
the. Yeah, yeah. I hope he can hear me. Shoot, I hope he. That'd be goddamn awesome.
It would
But
be.
he hears the players, and the players hear to him, and they work together. They work together to find common ground, and then go out and push that ground out to the public.
Yeah,
You know, to say, hey, how can we, you know, get the message out like that Black Lives Matter? How can we get the message out like for equality and stuff like that? And he's always been
yeah,
good at that. You
yeah,
know, and I applaud Adam Silver and the Players Association for that type of thing
yeah.
that they're doing.
I need some owners to jump on board. I know there's been a few. I know Greg Popovich, even though he's like a
Coach,
GM. He's a GM
he's
slash
a
coach.
GM coach basically.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He had the loudest, one of the loudest voices.
He
Regard.
he
Yeah, go ahead.
he he has been at the forefront on speaking about race relations from day one.
Yeah.
From day one, and he gets it. And it's not like it's sincere to me. I feel
Mhm.
he's sincere about it. I mean, he worked with
Yeah.
many, like, he's worked with black people for his whole career basically.
Yeah.
So he gets it. He's heard the stories. He's talked to these guys. You know,
Yeah.
he know
But you.
what. But
Yeah. Go ahead.
and it's not like to say, oh, he's experienced it. He's trying to look at it from their lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you've been saying, you gotta look at it from a certain lens. And
Yeah.
he's seeing like this super injustice that's been going on for years and years and years.
Yeah.
He even talked about for 400 years. You
Yeah.
know?
Like Pop definitely understands, but you know who doesn't understand? James Dolan. He just doesn't get it. Right? Just doesn't get it.
And
Right?
to think people are out there risking their life for coronavirus. He had coronavirus,
He did.
and then you would, yeah, he did.
He did. He did. No,
It-
I'm agreeing with you.
and he still would say, "Oh, we're gonna stay neutral." What is neutral gonna freaking do? What is neutral
Neutral.
gonna fucking do?
Neutral doesn't do
What is
anything.
what's neutral doing right now? And then his own players are pissed that he can't even shed a few words for the injustice that has happened. You can't shed a few words.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. Like, I can see why nobody wants to play. I mean, we already knew why nobody wanted to come to New York in the first place.
It's a bad organization.
Very
And
bad organization.
James Dolan, his leadership just it completely sucks. Right? Completely. It's like, all right, so I'm gonna read the statement that he did give, right? And I'll let me see, where is it at? Okay, so here's a statement. It says, "We at Madison Square Garden stand by values of a respectful and peaceful workplace. We always will. As so, so,
That's the statement?
no, as
Oh,
companies in the business of sports and entertainment, we are not any more qualified than anyone else to offer our opinion on social matters." And I'm like, and I read that statement, and I'm like, there's nothing there. Like,
no.
yeah, yeah,
You read that statement like, oh, I don't want to say something fucked up and jeopardize my goddamn business.
yeah. That's what it sounds like,
That's
right?
basically what the hell that sounds like. And this is not. And listen, we was talking about James Dolan way before this.
Oh,
How bad of an owner he was.
he has
We have
been
we have
atrocities.
shows on it. Check out the Spotify
Yeah.
if you so choose. We hope you do.
Hmm.
But we've been talking about this from way before.
Yeah.
This right here was the perfect opportunity to say, hey, we hear you people. But yeah, you want to see and take the people's goddamn money who sit in them front seat courts, Spike Lee included. You take his money
Yeah.
and then say, "Oh, we want to be neutral." What the fuck neutral's gonna do?
Yeah. Neutral's not gonna do anything. I mean, and you know what it does? It makes the Knicks look really bad
Bad.
because, like I said, Dolan has committed a lot of atrocities over the year, right? But other organizations, and while their response or their team statement has been lukewarm, right? I think the Pelicans and the Wizards were the only ones that really said anything of substance,
Mm.
statement wise, as an organization. The fact that the Knicks won't say anything to me is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And this shows yet again why players don't want to play for Dolan.
It's ridiculous.
You wouldn't want to play for Dolan because he really he just doesn't he just cares about his bottom line, right?
It's money driven. That's it.
It's like a devil in a fat man suit. That's how I look at Dolan.
Too many of those going around, my man.
Yeah, no, you're right, but I'm saying it's like you don't even give out a statement. It's like, come on, like say something. Like I'm glad your workplace is peaceful and respectful. That's fantastic.
And I'm pretty sure people on him was like, "Oh, James, he should say something," and you're like, "No." Your players, like 70% of your players, if not maybe 90% of your players, are black.
Yeah,
They would love to have your support on something that's on an issue that's been going on for years and years and years and years and years.
he's like, nah, I pay you, right? He like, I pay you, so
Who
we'll
the
see.
fuck cares if you pay me or not? Ain't nobody coming to see us play now. Yeah, hey, we're gonna take.
No, that I can't agree with. People are going to watch the Knicks play, and listen,
Listen, this is a different time now.
I
I mean,
hear you.
they ain't gonna watch it now because they ain't in the playoffs at all, and they've been bad for like 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
But
they've been pretty bad.
listen,
I did like
the
that one year Carmelo was there though. Like that
let's
one
leave
year where the Baron Davis and
let's leave that for another time.
I'm just saying, man. Come
I'll
on,
have time to despair that shit another time.
that was a good team.
Bullshit, but go ahead.
That was 2014 Knicks team, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
did like
believe
that
so.
team. I did like that team.
But Mike
Yeah.
Woodson,
Yes, right. Why does Mike Woodson not have a job? He was such a good coach. Such a good coach.
because
And
it's
he doesn't
James
have.
fucking Dolan. That's why.
No, I'm saying like, why doesn't he have a job again? Like, I get Dolan fired him, but why doesn't he have a job? Because the Knicks were good. The Knicks were good under Woodson.
It's a bad stain in the coaching ranks. Like once you come, like D'Antoni survived.
Yeah.
D'Antoni survived it, but for some reason Mike Woodson didn't survive it.
But
And
you
be
got to
honest,
remember, D'Antoni survived it because of those years with the Phoenix Suns. Like those Phoenix Suns teams should have won at least one championship. They were really good
I know.
with Amari, the Matrix, and Steve Nash. All right. So I want to talk about, and we touched on it last episode, but
It's
it
official
seems
now.
it's official. The format for the the recommencing of the NBA season is happening and should start. Well, the tentative date, I guess, is still July 31st.
Mhm.
Right. So 22 teams will be returning to play. I feel bad. I don't know who the 22 teams are. I didn't
Well,
research.
it's the original 16,
And
and
then,
Phoenix. I
mhm,
don't know why Phoenix is there. San Antonio, New Orleans, Washington, Portland, and Memphis.
yeah. Okay. So it's the 16 teams and then the current playoff position teams that are like 6 games or fewer behind the 8th seed in their respective conference. That's who would be coming back, right?
Right,
Uh
and basically it's going to be like a round robin type deal in a
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
And the I guess at the end of this round robin thing,
Yeah.
if a team is within 3 to 4 games of the 8th seed, that there
Yeah.
will be a playing game.
Yeah.
A play
Okay.
apparently.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Joe?
I mean, listen, I like it. I love it. I mean, it's saying right now, it says the season will start with 8 seeding games for each returning team, and then include the possibility of a play-in tournament for the 8th and final playoff seed in each conference, depending on combined records across regular season games and seeding games. Once the 16-team playoff field is set, the NBA playoff will proceed in a traditional conference base format with
Good.
4 rounds and best of 7 series in each round. The NBA's final will end no later than October 12th.
And then
Yeah.
the backlash to that is
Yeah.
if there's a game 7 October, then there's a immediate shift to December. I mean, you'll have your training camps, the draft, and all that stuff, but it's a
Yeah.
fast track into December 1st.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, like I said last week, they should just start Christmas Day. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows this to start Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's not a no brainer. And also for me with these, like I said, I think they should have just went with the 16 teams. And if you want to do the 16 teams, you do it by true 1 through 16. Forget the
Yeah,
conferences.
that would have been nice. That would have been nice. I would have liked that. But I get that you're kind of scrambling to come back, and this is meeting with the governors and players association and the commissioner discussing this. So I get the easy thing is to just go with the conferences, and then the guys in each conference who are six games behind or fewer will get a chance to compete in these seeding games to get the eighth spot. I like it, but it would have been interesting because I am a little tired with the conference setup. Because, like I said, nobody wants to see Milwaukee play Orlando first round.
It was going to happen anyway.
Yeah, because you know how that's gonna go. But I understand that the NBA needs to come back because they lost a lot of money. And I'm
Billion
not,
dollars.
yeah, I'm not against the format. I'm not against the format. I want to see what these seeding games will entail because I still kind of know I still feel like when the season comes back and while they're playing, they're gonna have to be some troubleshooting a little bit with this new format. But I'm worried about the injuries, right? I'm worried about the injuries because if they're talking about the season is going to begin December 1st of this year, I mean that's 2 months. Okay, so this is how the schedule is looking tentatively right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay, the season resumes on the 31st. The NBA draft lottery will be rescheduled for August 25th. The NBA draft would be held on October 15th, and the regular season next season would start on December 1st of 2020 this year. Right.
I like it.
That's a lot. That's a lot. If you're thinking about playing up until October or no later than October, and then to come back for a regular season month and a half, that's a lot.
It's not even that. With that, it's also what happens if someone contracts the coronavirus.
I don't. You shut it
Then
down.
what?
Shut it down. Just make sure nobody Rudy Gobert's the mission.
What?
You
Jesus
know what I'm
Christ.
saying? There's nobody. Just no.
Rudy.
Yeah,
My
I mean
God.
that's it. That's all you can really do. I mean, like now, we kind of got things into set in motion when it comes to the social distancing. What precautions need to be made or taken to make sure